Humanusano pay Rodney in Kruma Boateng, a secretary of Opokuwari, past students, a past student now, secretary of the planning committee. Rodney, Martin.
Yeah, Kwame.
Boko dia. Nyamiadum, me hoya pa.
Why na so kai so ya katechi
send me your honorary katechi, but
honorary katechi H70.
Me na mano no ho.
I the program Saturday in your
and the pajo see me be to me home here AH70.
AH70. I don't know number Kwame.
And pajo me trinkwa. Now Rodney, what number day?
The number is AF147.
San number say me cry dia asem. Ade muso se mo be yirana.
Kwame bibi tie. Oh.
Metie.
Osofo no ye school 19. And Osofo me decided say every batch we are being an alphabetical number. It is the first group was the K group. It is K no. The first person to be admitted was K1. And the Koya go K. And then every year behind your letter. 1989, it is a unique identity, Kwame.
Yeah.
Ghana card, when you party ajo. Because you have Ghana card that you vision, idea to say. It is here saying the people who are body of 147. Who rescue one number now? You make sure on the class. Actually, on the dormitory order.
Oh, yeah?
Because all those whose numbers end in a particular number are assigned to a particular house.
I see.
It says AH70, no, that was St. Thomas.
Intimate was St. Thomas.
Oh, St. Thomas house.
Now, why AYH?
Yeah, 75, no more running out of the single letter.
Okay.
And no more got a combination A.
Oh, I got it.
It's age, ultimately 2 years.
Midway 2 years.
Yes.
I didn't wish you because me my confused.
but you see, we go school also for now. The voting assembly there. The voting your number.
Okay.
And by the time I will be in school, before numbers are counting.
Yeah, that's true. Because and one I'm
yeah. In fact, some people are better known by their numbers than their names.
Interestingly, Matiso Opokuwari says student population about 4,000. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
Now, Nipa 4,000, you will be our number.
Obi our number.
Will be any number that yes and economy.
In fact, who go from one combat? Oh, mamma, what are you going to number? You throw a color.
Mohoyangwa. But minim said Navrongo Secondary School Bibisa. Almost
almost no me share, but any unique to say it.
It's well.
Ghana, I know you want card.
Just a moment starting Gold Coast card crowns in Ghana.
Yes, starting Gold Coast card, Ghana card.
7 decades of leadership through self-discipline, the Opokuwari school story, and only main theme. Now 70 years of Opokuwari. I didn't have it me I can find with him now.
Kwame.
Yes. Proper.
We are balance boy.
Proper.
Now discipline. It all boils down to discipline or self-discipline.
No correct.
In every sphere of your life, piano. So only at the time, now when you're disciplined, that will be. It's another was your highlight says 7 years, yeah, you be. The concept of discipline Father Burgess, Catholic Church, and the Catholic was discipline in the world.
Number one,
Omani. The bedroom, why I the presbytery. The bedroom was a yes, mission school. Discipline not a part of your ethos. The religious beliefs, the academic, and also the discipline restraint, and Kawa will be failure in life. It's another person so Poko is not an answer and now. That is not an answer because the vision of discipline and knowledge and everything else, yet the school cannot constitute. Now at the home it's not super a part of school here. How could there be a Poko? Discipline couldn't be.
Interestingly, we'll start here. We'll be sending me back because Kwame, I'm AH22. AH70, you're supposed to be in St. James House.
It remains another dynamic as the country become more than that. Change the location.
Obiso say I am W100. And
W100 or 99.
Or 19 day?
69 or from 1.
That's right.
It's a number now. Make sure you now can approve.
I see.
Obviously, the one we rescue. Now, back to me, she said about W100. Oh, W100, I'm not from 1. Now, I was saying so and so. Which one are you number?
Obisi Kwame, my number is AL60.
AL60 or confirm 184.
Or confirm an 84.
Yes, we did 4 years. You say AF, you cut down a copy, and say, I could see AZ. And I from 30 BC. Now, say BZ for now from 1.
Obiswaba, I say I'm a Ketechi and proud. I'm X12.
X year 73 thereabouts, yes, I think.
I see. At least me, meaning AF12.
AF12.
Meaning AF12. And the meaning Passa, my men, I have the Shishima every day.
And I thought
meaning AF12. Into same year AH70. But weekend year bay Saturday, yes. November 6th. Burgess Hall. Is it Burgess or Burgess? Burgess Hall. At the NBC Hall.
On Saturday night, your anniversary no home to me.
Okay.
You better launch anniversary. The whole country is moving to South.
Okasa more than a dianke better. Okasa more pan and home to me is like you're exposing.
You fetch me now.
Yes, I'm Pilates who school hopper. But more than a D, memory day, Saturday, November 6th. Burgess Hall. At the end of Mubabe.
You bet the logo.
Okay.
And I started anniversary on the March, February now, 28th of February now. You bet the one day per weekend, put your anniversary throughout the year.
1 year.
The whole year. It's your number of events I are planning. Dinner, clean up campaigns, health screening, homecoming, speech and prize giving day, grand deba. And you're my baby. It's you bet all those, you bet unveiling. Now you're unveiling your logo. Now you're celebrating now. You're really fans, Kaka. It is Saturday, I hope you're anything.
It is Saturday.
You better cake, crowns.
Mema cake. Saturday, night launch, right? It's 50 Saturday, November 6th, air quarter, then November next year?
Yeah, December next year.
December next year. I see. What got past some money? Or me, what I say, I'm T31. T31.
T31, oh yeah, I'm not coming in a classmate.
Boy.
I'm call from 172.
I'm call for 172.
That's right.
Obviously, leave Rodney alone. We are unveiling. Yeah, pan toma. We are stripping the anniversary naked.
I don't know.
Said Jamie, honorary Ketichi, and be that's I be woman. But me who say more key personalities be her chairman Yesi Ketichi Martin Eson Benjamin B53, keynote speaker Ketichi Dr. Kofi Amwa Citizen Kofi J16.
Yes.
And I just want to be school watch it.
I'll look on 61.
Bam. Special guest of honor Ketichi Most Reverend Gabriel Anochi AF354. Just a bear umit. Catholic Archbishop of Kumasi Diocese and a planning committee chair Ketichi Joe Mensa. Oh, Joe Mensa, okay. V53 Cosmos Country Manager. Now, into V53 and not just one year, baby.
V53 confirm 163.
But it's an account Trimza.
Kwame, 2012, year this is anniversary, no? The project Bishop and such a main compile a history of the school. It's in the research near the no, you maybe become T1 if you will not. I think I can. And I must association secretary, no, you never know about Kubana. I come. It's only a day of Mantaka. It is before was 63.
I see. AH22 Semen Cancho say, what is our favorite Latin song?
Oh, in Manus Tuas Domine.
Immanus who?
In Manus Tuas Domine. Commendo Spiritus Mum. Gloria Patri. A filio in spiritus sanctus. And yet, also into your hands, O Lord, I commend my spirit. Glory be to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
If any man is such a prolific writer, because Latin are all run as hard.
Latin, language I've never looked at the end of the sentence.
Easy. Rodney nipa tie nyina bi wo ho wan call opokuware wan call was obi also okoye ujina homa so ye de na wo beka about mo 70th anniversary na dey twato
The 70th and the ever can say a year and they're celebrating, but
peace.
You're not for any unknown adoptful Bia. Your friend, they are so many part of events. They're celebrating on 70 years. When you compare other schools, are only in the baby. Maybe over 100 years older than us. But you're Ghana for you're celebrating the Ghana because you produce your products that you produce, making a part of some of mine. And my line is quite fun into my paper. It's yeah. You're afraid you're almost so full line of some of the kind.
Coffee, the Muminium, when Timu Mudin that. And to make us Munian me also full line. Green Grifford, Rodney Mumoni Juma, and now we think one so a Jayama association to Yenina de Bakwa. Mate, Medasia, and Patroni Cody AF12 responsible. Yeah, that's Rodney. Sure, Rodney Nkrumah Boateng, Secretary, Opoku Wari Past Students Association, and Secretary of the Planning Committee as well. Opoku Wari at 70, I'm sure to be one great celebration. Time check is 10 minutes past 9 in the morning. Bernard Alatu Jacobs is here, Kwame Duncan is here, James Kwabena Bonfe, K. Kabila is here as well. Yeah, oh no, so full line. Oh no, yeah, from. Kwamna say we Opoku Enyan for Munamo so full line no.
Yo Munianum panimfo.
But Munamo so full line no.
Yeah, so full line.
Munamu she green no.
Yeah,
jo.
Yes na. Ye kuta Ahingano.
And Pacho say me
golden stool.
Say me associate a was. Enti nya okani nyina no. Yen kan say munyem panimfo. Yes say mu enuama she green wo so full line.
Kwamina wuni masama o your interview na me say a Rodney obe correct you.
Say dey.
O ka say wuni amanfo bia eko Opokuware. Amanfo bia nko Opokuware. E akateche ne ko.
Empacha amanfo bi ko ho.
Amanfo de.
Debi amanfo bi amanfo bi ko ho. Amanfo bi ba Opokuware.
Na evidence say the code no nko moni nyina na o ka besi suban.
Ye
de ni suban ni nimdie fi say o man pa ne fapem any suban.
Empacho and let me celebrate Opokuware. Me AH70. My Jimmy number.
Thank you.
In the meantime, it's a new year and Goil is still good energy, your reliable energy partner. Continue to get the very best quality and value for money from Goil Super XP and Diesel XP and their trusted range of lubricants from over 360 service stations across Ghana. Goil says to say a very big thank you to you. Because of you, we're still number one and we're still the CIMG Petroleum Company of the Year. Goil is good energy. Goil is proudly Ghanaian. Goil, yeah, dear. 104.3.
Peace FM 104.3. Who to meet
the irrepressible, the ebullient, Kwamena Duncan.
Wow,
our positivity. Machi Akwaba. Anape. Great. Yeah, that's in what did you?
That's right.
Na Olidisi then.
Olidisi. Weja Hananso.
Amen.
Na bema Yami no kudri or the radase.
Amen.
Ti ayan shishe. Na mamumfa Africa sido. Wa the penko cry is in dodo awoba no efe. And mabu matter is asordem.
Yeah.
Oya ma kra ma no bragin and tasedo.
Oh wow.
Nti dodoa woba bati echi ma ezi the penkwem makara mo bubuezi na ya echi meja bi wom na ko bubuezi mpo ambomizin nti wala so kwa me mba ma wala so toto manon ina de je tase ma dodo te see my left hand my right hand my left hand alote
hey a lot.
That's right. Now, on myself when you there, my soon be able to die. So I say, better not to hear the man of my child, but you would do it soon be able to die. It's a baby. I be not
Yeah.
The Akasha, I feel the Yami or Bay, not in Benos Susa, Wadum, and I won't want Untia. Yeah, Babinante. Wo ya kakya jakan sa we free kasi say amba kan ya amba ma ma ya kwa chadam kan ncha manfu yimi he
Yeah.
enti ya ka ya mayame nye kodu a enyi peace fm kokoko kwa mi se fa kan mfimida.
Amen.
Na akayo bi so a say de to a de soroboa enti kwa bia do so ya kotokoro ba so ne nkasoro da san da ba wo so a say ya to ma ba kasoro be na zaman sambe no so orboso a waduma ba fa oduna manfo pempempem ate na wetum abati akiri ma chi kwakwa oba pen akama no bofo ndi kwa me bi say a na kakra wo men.
Yeah, that's it. Man a lot.
Yeah, man.
Run.
Santana wo studio ha.
What's the Santana Kepui Chapel?
Enyima.
Oh.
For so many years, Kwamra Obe take over as regional secretary of MPP. We've been best of friends. When there's trouble between these two parties here, we resolve it. Oh yeah, this one could be pa moba otodo anan owi. Ne Kwamra be yeshu biwa. Oh, more than 20 executives from constituencies within the Chile Obe Yobi. So no contributions. So yeah, come on. Mejaji, Mama be mama to tear Macau. And this and also what on na. Or them Mugajam. The Mukopo chap with them. What boom is in no we are as or we should be. Well, me a fool so jay. Most of when I'm a draw, who's all you? A giant young goes good. I am for easy. Mobile inti. Oya kama so. Chapuni ya mamu budo. 1 week keke. Na kwa mna no gwenefi kaun. Ewa. As all year, men know when if you come because I'm on fire already there. Was it one box or make you one moon as is that? But then so I'm on for oh yeah, then I'll be to when you was a coffee.
Necessary.
The yeah, that's it. There have an PhD. Dr. James Tulins jail property. Last week, also have seen a manual. Let me so in your visa because you still. Will you be called regional minister? Nice one.
It's a nice man.
Oh, it's a very nice man.
Nice.
He's a very
progressive man.
And he's contributing to the progress of Ghana. And the world. The management for us, I'm Kwame is a fucker. So, the young Pao, as a matter, I know.
That's the chairman general for you.
I mean, the Abeshas are there, Nida. O see, you winning or the Jayas, and that was a cash bottle. Or there,
and Pocho, I have my reasons.
Hey. That means the man goes good the minimum loss.
Inti
Zobio gonna get you be in Tabanaza.
Kwara
Chairman General.
Machi akwa bebiom.
Yanya mejoso. Empire ni say ohun ye pa.
Nyame adominti.
Yeah.
Me adominti. Amanfo bi ko oas nti mekoso aka ne sa.
Come on. Na kwawe. Ma o de ntwamu ma menyina ai Prempeh College. All Students Association. Me ni president ai permission there but me gina empania na mu na ma bo opokuware abaso amomutrinkwa. Se wo muso anya mfie aduoson. Na untimi nka Ghana yabakosem ene contribution amanfo aye anase ahodo nipa ahodo aye the titru ya ye call emerima nkoan titie school no na wayi opokuware afrimu omo abo omo ho modern na pani anase papa wa mo ne bra yie nko na ya on pese ne ba be yie ana ne nua kuma be yie se ye de ye gina yi ye mpa ye ene de opoku ware wo mo ye no de pa se wo mo esoso agbo mo hu modern na uni Rodney di nkomo yi em se ne ma hodo a egu akwan mu wanya kwan amobɔ so but me wogide ni arehemu se won beda na di ama akatachie ahodo a wo mo wo wiase afa na nyina wo mo de wo ho agim na ye ka ne sei wo mo ma eye St. Louis for nti wo mo ne St. Louis for nyina ye mo mutrin kwa
na info man ya asanto no
wani tua yes an kan tro aman adehye say ya asanto for no mo ya adehye na prempekole ye aman for oman for nti ye ne omo kambo mane ye aman adehye kama nti ye beko na ye nyina yakoboa a celebrity ye Opokuware school fortunately no says schools and I say your college ni wo mo de no nana otumfo or say Ajima Prempe the second ne modern ball na obeto a no ane wo fa Ajima Prempe the first na wo mo ball modern say adisua beko asante ne atrakọ atifi du nyina no e ka ho bi na your college no ne Opokuware school about asante.
Yeah, dan panyinfo na say 70 years of Opokuware school. Nyamishrom na me ba so kwabna esane se me hu say we research be anope efa parliamentary immunity or parliamentary impunity. Yebedi hu komo police vows to seek interpretation of parliamentary immunity in court. Yeah, there no be fear say after that we'll look at Vice President Enra Nefe yabe monocracy or democracy. And Nana Kumia gave us a very interesting insight into it. But so in the meantime, I don't know who's in charge of speed ramps, but Obi de Bako Abremi say Ghana Highway Authority and Pamucho Monye Asopa na Munti Minya Bako Nanayao at the Nkray Abremisi. So Kwame, I traveled over the weekend to Angloga. There are some 2 speed ramps before and after the toll booth on the Adan Road. They are shockingly dilapidated with iron rods sticking out. It's a very messy situation. A picture would have shocked you. Use your network to get it sorted because it's very dangerous. And so, Nanaya, thank you very much for the heads up. It's the Ghana Highway Authority. Whoever is in charge of speed ramps, Obede Eyi Abase Angloga Kwanosum. There are 2 speed ramps before, one before and after the toll booth on the Adan Road. I must say, they are shockingly dilapidated with iron rods sticking out. Now, if iron rods are sticking out of a speed ramp on a highway like that, we all know what it means. Into it, at the steady, enye gidi gidi.
Kwame,
yes, sir.
Mamfa, quick one.
Yes.
The regional director now, he just succeeded, or he succeeded the one I worked with in Siminyumin, or Central Region. Now, my try so that my in touch with him now, my draw no attention. It what's now. Before I feel not a record, but my annual from one. And soon I try my June the 3 years, one way, one for one. It's Kwame. Savicus Fike Coast and wherever. What Pedal move Yan Tum, but for her and son or wife, your caravan in your coin of her. And he said, Obi of your car no so say one calculateness or ancestor. A crashing, busy or
Potton,
Kwananwa. I don't know whether allocate.
No, Mabo. I didn't know or Dominacy Junction Hall.
Dominacy Moment.
Oh, Dominacy Junction. Netini Fisu no back.
That's right. Mwaji,
half of the road.
Yes.
Martin.
Man, that's also why a sediment ma. What? I hear that and super to my Toma. Wow. Into what Japan fan. Now, I mean, very.
Oh, as soon as accident is no.
Very, very dangerous.
And then Potting soon, this is the assembly no work.
My yard, Sabaka, a new regional director. Naya be Manfabro and one of my crackers.
One time.
That's all we say here. And Tentama won't try the mono. Ma Yabaton on Yasam Papa.
Oh, Queen Papa, accident in Nutu. Dominance Junction one Uzi.
Enti Asante Fanti for no pre Dominance Junction no Angloga for yes we pre Angloga dear no where the estre Monshe my why now.
Also area one I be for hopa.
Nanchiwala
Baby I major Dominance one.
Enjoy international baby. You're inland and out of the land that's where you baby. Enti where the estre papa these days are road crashes all over the place. Yes, sir, papa, mo win konkoye, bibi, ankoye, ankoye, adi. Kwamra,
yeah,
parliamentary immunity or impunity? And then your police forking.
How in the world was I cast a topic immunity or impunity? I love that.
Playing with words. Yes.
Ma hwehwe niam mu kakra. Na mesre se emrahye badwafo yenuanom empani ene animdefo a wo mo wo emrahye badwafi ho no wo mo ebeboa ama yahwe niam bi ni titu eye asudi a obi eye emrahye badwani a eda ne so na otwe se ne kwame me kasa fa nkaniye anase mpaniye se eye asudie sen se wo kwan ahodo bebre ne fra bi na Yesu Kristo ka se de opeso ye pani wo mu no onye somfo if you say usua ya mamre ne ya mane ne ya bakosemo a chairman general
Governor Bonfe
yen tete ewo amamre fam no
thank you
mpaniye eye osom adwuma a esom ne bra na ewo mu ene ahunyahia ewo mu nti adehye ene mpani pia nanka wo mo ho kwan se wo ye mpanimfo no eya no mu dwane ema yesre di akire kofre binom ede wo mo ba ebinum kwa wo ma ye de wo mo fantitie mu enti me pese ye kosa de ndi ameka sa ne se mahwe ye constitution no ostre chapter 10 legislature na chairman general article say wo hono mu nyina free say from article 93 to the last one 124 no wo subheadings binum wo hono mo ba ko the neye kan was ye be kan wasemi privileges and immunities from article 115 to about 121 privileges and immunities. Now so duties and responsibilities of an MP no is so clearly spelled out. In fact, the closest I can read a mode of exercising legislative power, I want article 106. Okay, one more and now who say MP or parliament and on a casafa mrashe fi on munyina omo na hwemra omo sinkrofo na mu omo cheche ne mamu omo na hwe aban amnasa yi amamuo nkrabata ye friend executive no wo mo anamontuo ene de kaka ho na mom the duties and responsibilities of an MP no min hu no say ye clearly spelled out ewo chapter 10 ho enti mesere say ye ku yanim no ye behwe ne aye sade no de enti na ma make us asemi German general obinfo bia na ye frɛ no RS Ratri ne nguma bia wa try ya to ne din Asante Law and Constitution kratafa to so 398 German general kan bibi wo na tie o say the ancients in quote who framed the native constitution were burdened were burdened with a weight of responsibility from which those who framed European laws and constitutions with which we are familiar might well have recoiled in hopeless despair.
The crack is saying
Titifono no mushishe.
But does it include Stone Age before?
Stone Age?
No.
That is if you want to. It depends on when you want to stretch it.
Asian in Zinamese Stone Age.
I'm talking about young Titifo. Ansana yeni abrofo ebeshia within the Western. Just and then mafo
anase wo mo abrofo no kwan ya wo mo fa so hihye wo mo emra ne ade no se ye de kwan atetefo no fa so hihye mra no e de kire wo mo a enko be dwane de ntia na wo kasa ne se o se chairman general tio o se the task entailed the ultimate acceptance of the responsibility for the even and normal workings of forces which are regarded wholly beyond our power to control.
The crackran is saying.
The crackran is saying, no more young Shishaya, or more young mra. Omu dwe ehwehwe ma sabi enna aniso krakeke ebi enne se obo ade nhyehyeye enne ane wona montuo kwan ye befa so na nsuo to a ebi akuro no oman enyiri emfa ye ene de keka ho nyina me kan kosi se na omoto omo abo ase edwene niema ho kwan ye befa so ama nipa ni nipa enkita hudie nipa ni nipa adasase tena mu nsem enema betuto yie na so ene ye mra hye badwafo no a wo mo hyehyɛ mra maye no saa su ene asudie yi wo mo da bia dia na de akoso a enu nti wo de saa die yi atudwa sɛ ye ni nkomo eye ana ano ye se mra hye badwani a wakodi ne mpeso asofo bi anim anaso waka wo mo ho ene o mo akoye ye kyerɛ abra nhyehyɛ a mra kyɛ sɛ wo mbefa so no wo mo amfa so na aposifo hwehwɛ mrahye badwani na afi ose oye mrahye badwani nti no wo kwan huduo bi anase akwanya bi o kwan okay bien o kwan o fahudie binom obo fahudie binom a oye mrahye badwani nti eni se yedidi na nti besi ne me wo kasai ose ye aposifo hu no na yesi speaker anase mrahye badwafie eye dwantrani edina no atumbi mente na se de matete se yese waka no yampa mefo aso se ayaposifo yese o mso mbeko Supreme Court no makoji nchiremu na metie Minister for Interior ana wo chenchemu mrani ni kese pa Ambroseri
yeah
se nsami bo no mu a wohwe constitution mu a eda na dipefe nti wanhwe ya wokọ Supreme Court o mbeka twoso na sase we nchiremu bia ehia but said the tibia no ye wa bakosem ene anamonto binum a esese ye hwe na ye de kasa efasa de ho chairman general no de ohe sa parliamentary immunity no a wo ye mrahye badwani a ubenya fahudie ewo nema bi ho na ye mfa nema bi enniu ti se de edi bedi me kwamna bonfe no ewo se ntia na eya asem a Constitutional Review Commission ana Professor Afiajo oda no omuwe omadwuma 20th December 2011 at the report koi omu decide hu komo e wo kratafe to so e ha adu watwe baako issue number 15 under chapter 5 of the Constitutional Review Commission report immunity from service of process and arrest.
Okay,
na omu consider enema bebre ebi ene kwanya mrahye badwafo binom efa so edi saa emrai I wo at article 117 say mrahye badwani ekọ mrahye badwafie akodi ni juma anase ofiri mrahye badwafie abra wakodi ni juma court process anase atemrafo nhyehyeye na say posifo dwumadie meye mfa ni wonom wo mu ehwe ye no omu nya submissions ahodo miensa kwame de di kan say de mrane tie ne yenya ma no wo saa de to so mienu se yen sache mu na ma yen na ma no nkoye se mamin kan was say it is argued that all Ghanaians are equal and some should not be treated differently. Parliamentarians are the lawmakers and should lead by example. The law should apply to them as it applies to everybody else.
But at this point, say we're Constitutional Review Commission. Yeah, fine, yeah, Juma.
Yeah, fine, yeah, Juma. Say come back.
Yeah, me too.
But and third, a friend saying submission. The amount for the call or move on the top no. The tosu miensa na onu de o ka say okay. The to di kan ya cha say mra no ye ma no wo no saa no. Ene de tosu mienu o mo se yensa kire mu na yenya MP bia te say de ye nipa bia no. Wo mo de o mpese o mo gina mfinfin kakra. Say MP ni dwuma die ni nti no. yen kase kwan a ye fa so de chi obia no ono no de ne ye sacha mu kakra enti say a member of parliament a yen tro enkoma clerk of parliament na omo na ema ho kwan na speaker any deputy speakers no omo so say asema e fa wo mo ho a omo ni members no yen fa nko clerk ho say fa clerk ho anase ni deputies a na no yakoji permission wo speaker ho chamanje na ni kwa no sa de yen fa nya adwuma but na gina niema mienu so niema mienu no eye Westminster model and the French model are parliamentary non-accountability and parliamentary inviolability. French for no say oh yeah member of parliament who say who famudi free and never binom ho a any say ye de yo ana ayi UK for the NHS say wo no mu attend to say the ankran bia ebu atan no na say ya ma so na chama general wo hwe constitutional review commission report na o ka asem bi say the entia ye de sa de e ma wo ene say wo mrahye badwani no wadwuma na wo ye no e de asudie bi to so a e ma wo wasudie no chen Ghana ni ba bia ene tena mi busa say asudie na e da MP so no is it clearly defined? Do MPs appreciate their responsibilities and their duties? I don't see enjoy privileges and immunities. Nana. I dare say this uncle mono. Now, first, so Chairman General Review Commission at the Omo report by Eka say, one more dream no say, yeah, amendment. Yan such article. Now, this is what they says. Or say, the Commission recommends that Article 117 should be amended to allow civil or criminal process coming from outside of Parliament to be served on the Speaker, Deputy Speakers or Members of Parliament through the Clerk of Parliament and on the Clerk through any Deputy Clerk of Parliament when Parliament is in session. Where Parliament is not in session, Members of Parliament may be served in the ordinary way.
Members of Parliament may be served in the ordinary way.
And what the Constitutional Review Commission recommended government white paper. I know so government white paper came into existence on June 15, 2012. Yamfa nyaduma ma set up a Constitutional Review Implementation Committee. I was a white paper imu. And also omo adwuma said they see here for nearly 4 years or over no. Yamfa nkosi hwe. Ena konkon ho Chairman General ma memra assempotia asino so ya wa bakosem a yachi MPs bi no wo Ghana ha patro kai
make hype
it had nothing to do with say womo akọ ashada atia emra bia me mo me pese me yem fanto ho because me mo bi adin but some of them on the mere basis of allegation eventually side issues no ebeye nsemo a sebi ankosi hwe because na hwe nim yakofa wonu wo mu fie anajo womu ma ene womu abusua the trauma it happened.
I remember.
You remember? And when some of us involved went to see such persons, me kai pass a minia penny back me money di kwame and some catch me say hwe na one ma nipa dodo amaha because me pay attention. That's the warning he gave me. Say hwe na man for ba no a one je so. Na Chairman General o nipa bia wo ya na waka wa bokosem. Me sabi the brave dada bia ye di ye me kai say amanfo ko ye ntwanto so bi na posifo na me ni ga enkran. Me wo ogwa police maami bi to nsa frɛ me Chairman General me tell me di free gwai di bedu enkran no nyame nko a na me ni maami ko hia ye nsema no keka kyese be enyina so eventually asem no call the divisional commander ho ye bogui it didn't go anywhere onya hwe onto mra onfom mra oye mra ni wo sa so ye mra hyebedwani why you run away? Why? Police who called ma sabi police sign here wa ba kura wa ma ya hunu say onya te say de nkan bi yetimi kokoche member of parliament anado.
Mimi Sakwamra, in all of this, maybe so will be parliamentary immunity or impunity. Police force your Mobeko Supreme Court. Ne krakra ema on say namiko tie alote.
Ne krakra ne ma me say Chairman General. I think say the police have a way they can go about this matter and they are going about it. Omo invite Emrache Bedwani no on show up. Me ma dwini mu no. The akoso videos amahu. That honorable member of parliament can be arrested by the police, investigated, and if the police feels say omo person omo prosecute now, if they are convinced, they will go to the attorney general for your friend saying the right to prosecution. Or attorney general the bema omo kwai so omo koye sa de no. Metu minia kuma ana say madam for me onya me yonko sa but befa no say nyina ye mabuni de. And I say, Mabunu age in a trim back.
Says him, walk across your bro 40.
Why? Me bombardier catch and say, me tuneful. And who Brasil say, on nothing called post as say, oh. Now, you're sensationalism, now you're politics or gun had mono. And yet, fair. My whole video, I said, dear, Akosono, a Buapayo or Shedda. So we a member of parliament, or a lawyer. Who person who provoke security apparatus and as the security system in the country. Chairman General, almost you are training you in a certain culture. Na nitina ye kra say enya say encrofwe. E bo mu di grada ma no so. Omo dey do before complain o. So ati say. On avail no na ma speaker. Speaker. Dibra no aso we order of precedence now okay your constitution say article 57(2) now one out so mienu ye mampani free one ma in fact vice president crowd dey na miensa una wo ba ansa na chief justice aba kasa ni bi one ma efa emra nkyeremu a the only body clothed with the authority to interpret the law and the constitution of our country is the Supreme Court.
Right.
Ntimatre say ye nyina no yemfa abotre any buo ema ye ho no ma chichiri obakofo nye.
Okay. Mami Kokotie alote pochobrem.
No obakofo yo. And democracy is so dynamic that it subjects people or society to accept what society has agreed upon. Which therefore means that there's no one above the law. The legislature and the second highest within democratic rankings, in the sense that Mra Bia obeyem Bia Ofiwon. I mean, if my reading or my history serves me right, the Westminster system of politics was introduced by Lord Cromwell. He fought against the monarch.
Yeah.
The monarchy, you mean?
Yes, the British monarch.
He overthrew the monarchy.
No, I won't say because he was executed.
Yeah, eventually. But anybody a trying no hanging. But he overthrew the monarchy.
Yeah, okay, I will to you.
Oh no, but that's a fact of history.
Ningina okay, see there. Idea or the bay that all men are equal. And even the monarch is not above the British society, because eba monarch nasa wana were the lords, the earls, the so and so who were owning a lot of lands in Britain. If you go to baby now, once you baby and it was looking like majority of the British people were slaves to them, and they are not champion the cause. Yeah, once you go But from there on, Amanfo accepted that idea of introducing democracy. It spread over Europe. Because British monarch na when you are kings and queens in other countries within Europe. And so I didn't spread it. In there, in Kakakra, Westminster democracy the man in our constitution, it is both the Westminster democracy and then the American system of adi ewumbosa azina kayena nti yan constitution angasa na wa review nti odi yidi ejuma because say with the fracture one law you should know there, whereas the society is growing in, you have to subject those laws to review in order to fit in. No, say ya get then maybe so there ancient now one stone age because we are not stone age men. We are subjected to change. Because society is so dynamic that it is changing. Na ibinum a cloud into their heads there. For them, they are untouchables. I had any female untouchables. They look as if they are untouchables. But say a craftsman, the executive or they craft the same thing for the legislature, same for the judiciary, because these are the three arms on man who move forward. And see, they will tell you there say epede as some rainy be no the executive or there's some rainy be. And see, then it becomes political. No, you Ghana has this two major political parties. They will wade into it and create that confusion.
So, is it parliamentary immunity or impunity?
Anja masama ningetenga zamu. Manga kana washa maroba nzi.
Obi Allen show.
Ine washa hoba wozidia wazide ego covid na mafama tutu mobabo wa no jede pay fushechi. Ba ninya inde ami abrente ya na asama be. Oya abrente me pe na asamba o.
Well,
up to today anu me pe na asam. Nzano manka the man edam. Ba adini inde Mranye Juma, Supreme Court Mobekam. This one says, I thought the makers of the law, that is MPs, will be the number one conformers of same. Sorry to say, Susu is bistonto in Teman. Are the MPs superhuman? I think the constitution must be reviewed to do away with such unacceptable behavior of MPs. Zacchaeus, Kokrokoo, I hope I got it correct. For an MP to tell his constituents that will block the road and eventually do saying, are we saying the MPs above the law? Are we building strong institutions or strong men? Chairman Jonah, good morning. I'll go for the latter, parliamentary impunity. Mr. Sosu's justifications for gross disrespect to Ghana police invitation is disappointing to say the least. He better submit himself. Don't you think the 1992 Republican Constitution of Ghana needs to reform to end this back and forth each time people intend to test the law? If culture is dynamic, then laws ought to be as well. Pokwase Festus, Jomo Pokwase Festus. The law says no one is above the law. So why are they making the law so comfortable to some people? Municipal North Sontresu Kumasi. Okay, Municipal North Sontresu Kumasi. The actions of the MP is a clear manifestation that some MPs go to Parliament to enjoy immunity and look down on others. The police should arrest him. Gusty man in Brekum. Well, that is the point. It was actually a police invite that later said arrest. Anyway. The immunity covering the MPs is breeding indiscipline. Imagine I catch an MP. Should I go and inform the speaker first? Or because he's covered
Ernest in Taifa. Equality before the law under Article 17(1) and 2 even rubbishes the parliamentary immunity that they are hiding behind to resist arrest. So should do the needful. Kwadwo Dupako Achim assume our parliamentarians run from punishment by hiding behind this immunity article when they fall foul of the law. They know the true spirit behind the article. Kwadwo Owusu in Ablekuma. Felix Kwekusafo inside Takwa says the MP should have reported himself in order to. Okay, I leave it there. And then okay, Walanyo in Akwetia. Walanyo says for an MP to tell his constituents that I'll block the road and eventually do same, are we saying the MP is above the law? Are we building strong institutions or strong men? Okay. O'Neill and Ponsa in Amsterdam says, Sosu is simply hiding behind immunities to dodge the police invitation. But I think the letter from the speaker seems to make a total nonsense of the police invitation. What's clear is the seeming clash of the police and parliament. O'Neill and Ponsa in Amsterdam. Banga in Kokomlemle says, I support the MP. Asemo politicians, they assemble Bakufia Sante in Tantra. And then the law is assigning to every. Okay, I don't get this. Let's continue to protect our rule of law. And Koma Foster Achim Ayirebi sends his thoughts. You may send yours to 0244-844-488-0244-844-488. Response says, Chairman General is parliamentary impunity. I leave it there.
But
yeah.
Because we have a hung parliament. Well, I'm a game, when I get there, I will protect my own.
Yeah.
That's what we are seeing.
Well,
but Ochuma, Jombo. And it should be a lesson to both political parties. Ne vizizia ne bibi kitikiti iron politics. Me suspected that the constitutional review team naza waye ni nyiran. On one side then, one now went to my implementing. It looks like there was a shooting gun be or what. Wa implement was bush to dechi. Na nuzu we Kenya sam. The other group also feel the menya we changing we targeting we rule or money for a certain period of time in the Omado. But you see when the people start calling for
Ankalote, I agree with you very well that
I want to go to Kwame now.
Constitution the constitutional review process, the entire ostolo here why it did not eventually come into effect was a deliberate decision. Say, there, Professor Fiajo work committee no year, and that there, President Mama, and the NDC, omo apensono, omo di beye juma, and it anye.
And Nanado so about 5 years no year.
But see, the point is that Nanado is not whether he's bound by this report.
He's not.
Or not. No, it's another matter because.
Kabila, let me leave it there. I'll come back. Why? So that we don't go back and forth.
Has taken
there's
over.
Breaking news coming in from Ethiopia and Ethiopia may just go up in flames. It says airlines departing Addis Ababa reported to be fully booked as diplomats, government officials, and Ethiopian citizens flee Addis with an imminent takeover by the Tigray and Oromo forces. It looks like there's fire in Ethiopia. I can only say our prayers are with them. It doesn't look or it doesn't sound very good. It looks like Ethiopia is aflame actually. In the meantime, on the brighter side of life, Edward Danko in Kofodia, Ifidiase. Enjoy your birthday, Edward Danko, from your sister Hilda Usu Echao. Kwame Dankan Pochobrim.
Yo, Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
Mincho, Sonkokrana.
Kwame, Yampa, AU, which are the headquarters in one from Accra. Nah, because of only Jerusalem.
Oh, yeah,
and the most peaceful country in Africa is in Ghana.
Situation. ɔwɔ mu sɛsia na African Union ma wɔbɛtum waayɛ na wɔatum na wɔde aso ano nti sɛ yɛka dɛ mmoatɔ mu wɔ hɔ nti wɔmma do mmra
wotum nso wɔ ano
na ɔkyerɛ dɛ ma yɛfa bo yɛn ho
na ɛhu the African countries nya obi ayɛ
crackers and but we could still have a political solution in one branch. It was an effort in Prime Minister no feed when a temporary victory. And
because Eritreans in the war supported.
He did not.
It's something deeper.
Continue to submit to the political effort. This is Tigrayans way too more bad because you have a country the government put a message across there. The citizens must get up and defend Addis Ababa. Then clearly, there's a problem at hand.
Ethiopia, the Attorney General has actually announced a state of emergency.
Yeah.
And they are asking that citizens should start defending themselves. Meanwhile, the militia, they're parading through the streets. They are very well armed. And
ma mincho na mincha wetefu empem kan fin manto mofo
where you do
mincha me brother Bombay mimda waso gunyado
Abdul Malik Kokrokoo
last week meeting nka on chair he will appear pressure any good
oh ebe
but the pressure is man
bakuna namna
no chira ne really has
oh minister
whilst we are celebrating, let me celebrate Captain Ivan Nate of Africa World Airlines. Happy birthday to you, Captain. Keep flying. Kwame Namete.
Yes, Kwame, ma odegwa no pe enuanumi wa pompa ho. Is a brouhaha over parliamentary immunity. What does the law state? But you have coined it, whether it is immunity or
impunity.
Kwame,
well, that was deliberate.
Kwame, oye here mbrekun a yezi bomai or a culmination of our political history, our political past. And what choice drafters?
Unfortunately, Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So today is the 3rd of November.
Yes.
God willing, on the 10th of November, Abdul Malik will be here.
Yeah. I gave you a hint. But God willing, he will be here.
Kwame to new man.
Welcome song. Kwa master.
Is it confidence you can about 12?
Yeah.
Is it Kwame?
Kwame.
Ma oye before the First Republic. The First Republic itself. The Second Republic. Second Republic in getting fashioning out a constitution. They took a lot of lessons from what had happened on the First Republic. And further on to Third Republic and to Fourth Republic. And see, ma yedibu or mine in the nyada ai nana susubibi Krobia Asante doctor and then paying for what kind or a committee of experts. Yada was so ma Kwame no was Babu Badi. Na Mawaye Dara, they were informed by what had happened as a country ahead of us. Manen Wesisi. Now, on the First Republic, in some PC, MPs were affected. Members of Parliament were affected. Kwame, yeah, the famous Riakoto and the 7 others. There were members of Parliament watching home. Even on occasions, elections called a National Assembly. For 1 or 2 reasons, some members of Parliament were disabled from being part of those elections. Enti ma yehu nde onye da yeso ma na yebegina ha. Enti say constitution na oya 1992 constitution na kwame from article 115 man subheading privileges and immunities. Na ma wodi ngo egudu ye na waban powder papa ye 115. Also, there shall be freedom of speech, debate, and proceedings in Parliament, and that freedom shall not be impeached or questioned in any court or place out of Parliament. The members of Parliament will be the free leverage, the free space. Na adwene biara wo pena wo kire biara wo mbrehye begomin wetu wa kire. Sa wo kire ho adwene a court biara ni ho. A obotum obi da ko da wa aka kire na adwene wa aka bibi. Na mom say if you go down further. So obi so ye member of Parliament na so ka gina mbrehye begom. Na so kaka bibi. Onam da wo dam immunity a o ti kana adwene wo mbrehye begom o kaka bibi di for obi so ho a constitution so akire ekun a o de wo yere fado akire ni na ansana echi the vex articles oya article 117 and 118 117 civil or criminal process coming from any court or place out of Parliament shall not be served on or executed in relation to the speaker or a member or the clerk to Parliament while he's on his way to attending at or returning from any proceedings of Parliament. And then 118.1. Neither the speaker nor a member of nor the clerk to Parliament shall be compelled while attending Parliament to appear as a witness in court or place of Parliament. But the critical point is the 117. Now, Kwame your first time I waba apdi. Kokuba ko ba kwa anja bakro I say jeido e etamdada. On your first time I waba apin. On the Fourth Republic, your normal occasions are them peace immunity members of Parliament for way wabaya a major national topic which had been discussed and been taken from all angles. Running over weeks, sometimes even over months. And see, on your phone. Now, there must be a certain pronouncement on it. If there has not been one already, there must be one. Kwame Constitution Sudambe Kabila Khan. Oya itum kasekrope eno wo oman a constitution ni chechem na ma yamfanfa na ma inhye biara wo ma o de ya shobi motumo ye nedman court batan supreme court pe na wo de mutumin enti senya ye kekeke supreme court enko ho a ye do ho a say ya temamu kanyina o do bi the call.
That's right.
Although be the call they will say ma abente all your campaign okashe no kwa football the maba mo hwede akwan wo constituency ya metwitwa na by 4 or 5 months ago ne constituency sha say wodi jare to na to ase na onyim do onyin ya no biara echi or president ma there onu or your member of Parliament on yakwan. Enti se wo pekwan no moaya no won kona fi won ko kanche aban won ko kanche the executive no or your member of Parliament on yakwan your campaign so madibe boto bi wo campaign na ye de kire or your constituency in there akwan a wa de basabasa onko ye wo constituency ni na what to aban mo ma ba what ma kwan ni na you stood on platform and made those promises I want you to ban nechi onye baby infant. No, then I will mobilize the people on a demonstration. Now come and check demonstrations on your ban. Demonstrations are critical component of our governance system. Now, say demonstrations are, and she shall one. Osano, be maso yan. It was not one samso, autonomous. So, pedagogical demonstration. Na man called demonstration na mfanti it so be na mfan say o man no so no bade na de
Need a promoter momo.
Obisi Kwame, should Parliament invite you and you refuse, who would they call to arrest you? Said? I don't know.
That's
a good question.
Yes, very
when
good
somebody
question.
is false contempt of Parliament, contemptuous of Parliament, can Parliament on his own?
Why not?
Oh no, but can they undertake their arrest?
Obama, Parliament.
They will ask the police.
That's the point we are making.
Yes.
So the police now be invite one day, one could arrest somebody of being contemptuous.
Because there is a controversy here. There is a controversy here, and this controversy must be pronounced on.
Yeah.
And see, let's not do it there or your front and back. So, the police phone. So I say on final home come on China. And as a parliament will be a contempt of Parliament, who would they ask to effect the arrest?
No, somebody is just
by rule of law.
Yeah.
It's a parliament, so be a contempt of Parliament. Or embra.
Yeah.
There will be use the necessary arresting procedures, and those who are charged to do the arrest to do so.
Right.
Into my man can be the rule of law near the change.
No, Minister.
It is implied.
No, it's not. It's not. It is questioning how.
And your message, it is implied. That's how always say if you offer yourself to lawful arrest, another saying you're the man, and there's any person who is in contempt of Parliament.
No.
Is that not?
No.
What is it?
No. The point is that
don't be distracted.
The point is that Parliament. I will can. My class. Oh, Minister. Padivan.
Yes, Kwame.
Nankasa. Na mo tui. Emu meche. Na ho kira banado.
Yeah.
Emma. O mobilize no nkofo. Azumeche. Na damba makan. Oya chede boni nyim. Efa ejishado ekwado ema prosefo wan asote the buyer ndenum at least the ho the public order acting edido pepepe ema se akoma won so ate hwenyima prosefo won ma matata na mum embra no so kire de se eyo ya kire na se bibi tosin owa ade enyim se yo wo mpo na ye ya kwami se yo
mete
say yo umpo na ya onam do wu na ye kanziya ikadi ayim madam sin approach for say wo tobi wo yina ye misesa owu na wo so mu. Was there a demonstration? Yes. Was there a blockade of the road? Yes. Was there burning of ties and all of that on the road? Come say e kwanara wan gasa say Peace FM epem wa yen na sekeke no ho no so e ka hihye otai ko otai kakra wodo se de koka na ase o man na japati nto tede afum all them ben on hoka na no kwasemni embapon o chede ye member of parliament na se wode nsama krata oya da oya bonidi another bia criminal or civil mamepe ma chemin obi o mo beto da abram na da abobom was a bra wa onam maye hubi denti obi beto ma afado aba bi beto ma afado do me peda mama yimpa ya okọ parliament okasetiam ana wo be ya bibi o parliament me for kwa bi do na mama oya members of parliament bi wonya kwan konka ye ho adwuma nti merfadam ekwan no do civil sermons criminal sermons na meje tuntwa hwane ma wontum konka ye adwuma nti constitution wadi ya bede otrebo ho ban mo wetum wa ho adwuma.
That's right.
na damansa sunti yereba gina do there some member of parliament na nokor ni mama yan onyem brabo ebira abe na mrebo koda ma hye ichimna ase there mama ye no kwado meja manfo enyi ma wa ye tuturasam wa kasa kwan wa hye show ties a block kwan makase ntuma anko ni na ma ye de madin meja enyim na mum mrakuni ni kire there meya mrashe begoyinti wontum nkyerem then that will also mean a certain absurdity. Come to constitute, in fact, a very high level absurdity. There, because a member of parliament has immunities and privileges, and which I need well intended, and which are informed by historical facts, and which, in my view, must be maintained, because we do not know what might happen tomorrow. We don't know which government might come tomorrow and may want us to visit our past. And for me, I endorse them. But there must be a pronouncement. Where do we draw the line? Honorable Sasunti, and now, Kwame, Mbakurina, so chade. Sabibi badam masa oman yanti hanwase amanfu hu be ma yade tiri yade to yade na yade to a ankwan kubia botuma sorry even without the police constitution makwan because it is say about either enforcement or interpretation of the constitution provisions of the constitution on ma Ghana yi bia kwan obia any person on ma no kwan do botum wa akọ oya court ba ta na yim na wada akotu gode eyi me ya Ghana yi ana me ya obi a mesafata ma ba mu enyim da yi won hwe ne won chebum famam Kwame, there is the need for a clear pronouncement on this.
So the Supreme Court
Kwame the police fire hwadwen there we go to the man mo na mama ya no fanfa keke osande there is a certain wave, there is a certain crest that Dr. Ekufu Dampare Kwame has created. We must urge him on. Kwame said, Ekufu Dampare said, "Oman na yetane chireu. Them impunity, ubia sara mo pebia no yet." And if he stays on course, and I know he has no reason not to stay on course. Obia ye bibi obohwe wa adwen ho. Obia bodun ho da say, let me not be Damparized.
Peace FM. Repeat. Peace FM. Next week.
I say, let me not be what?
Damparized.
Kwame now.
Sir, you know be more than years into this country was drifting to the precipice. This country. Them 1, 2, 3, 4. Out and more again. And I urge him on there. Mama, on your personality blind. You could be there. You come from. That's it. May you ha. I had it. Sir Mankasa, Maba, Mayor. Nessa, one year more fata, Nessa Brano China, Eco Babia. They don't mind because you must dance to the music. The consequences of your actions or inactions. And a democracy, if we fail, Kwame, there Yaba Mambraye Juma. A point comes when our democracy will even be meaningless.
Let me move on.
May dovetail quickly. May dovetail Osana Maba, Ayina, Eobina, Kwame. A Baomiano, a law school.
That
is the reason why I agree on the steps to get this MC nominee
Jamming.
Invited. Yes, Kwame.
South African tanker.
Yes, Kwame. I agree.
What's the nickname? Aluta.
Okay. Aluta Odu aposifu yima. Onka ya Aluta no ho.
O ebi Aluta continue.
See, Kwame
na.
Obia oman paying. How many districts do we have? 260.
260.
260.
Which means that you were.
Is it not 268?
260.
No, 260.
It means that you are the 268th posh part
of the president. President covers the entire country. And has 16 regions, 16 representing him.
Yeah.
And then further cuts the country down to two sister districts. That for a district, all Nigerian with more man paying. And see, when the year the wusu, although reflect, and you nimbi, and maybe on man paying that more. I mean, when I saw the video, my goodness, I told myself that look, then probably the assembly was right. The assembly was right. First rejecting him and second rejecting him. Obia ejira man pay na name. See, Usuban oye mambre ade asemeso. Kwame Usuban pa oni abra asemesi. Nti ekwa ya want to amo, you become sober, reflect and see what were etata assembly members in word. It could be down motion or the necessary cash in one. See my
cash no soon.
Or the inside question room. I say you cannot be worthy. Cannot be worthy of this honor. There are several thousands within the district, the municipality, several thousands of them. Then the president does this honor. And then you decide. And see, ma Owura Dampare and the Mona Wetu, Emonpachan, Emi Mufodu, Mijitu, Oye. The team man who didn't yaba or yaba realization.
Minister Easy.
But that's right.
Mami coming in Kabla
Specificity.
Saturday.
The number of districts now with the latest Guan district 261.
Okay, thank you for
Mrs. Sita meeting no.
Anian Pacho, you got it wrong.
Yeah, I got it wrong.
Onka specificity. Precision.
Precision.
Precision. Now this one says,
Precision.
on a very light note, and so I'm sure Kwame now will laugh. Sydney Kofi Ofesa listening in Bema Camp. He said, Chairman General, on a light note, tell the irrepressible Kwame Duncan that is this summons, not sermons, as in preaching. So he's been summoned and not summoned. Yo, I hear you. I'm sure you miss Kwekubako. Don't worry, he'll be here. Knowing him next week, Chairman General, no man in law has an obligation to grant to the police evidence that the police can use to prosecute him in a criminal matter. That being so, what is the purpose of any invitation by the police to come to a police station? In any case, why can't the police go to him if all that the police want is information? He has no obligation to make himself available to the police, but likewise, the police can proceed to court with any evidence of criminality on his part and then serve criminal summons on him to come to court. Kenneth Ej Crunchy, thank you for your thoughts. Now, Rome was not built in a day. Gradually, we are seeing a police leadership that the nation will move forward. We need all hands on deck before Dampare can make the police the way we want it to be. Kwame Frimpong, AK Buffalo, sends that one. Chairman General, we Ghanaians in Abrochre are able to reside here because of the rule of law, and no one sees him or herself as superior. Otherwise, like these Abrofu use us for Chaskele. No one should see himself as superior in a democratic country. Kofi Nyakom sends his thoughts from Holland to us this morning. 0244844488. You can send your thoughts as well. And then this one says, Kwame, I shake my head in total shock at the turn of affairs in reference to the Medina MP and the police kerfuffle. I hope I got the pronunciation correct. Do we truly want to fix our country? The new IGP blazed into our lives a couple of weeks ago to the admiration of all of us. We immediately felt his impact on the roads. Traffic started to flow. All of a sudden, we're vilifying him over what should have been a simple and civil issue with a lawmaker. God bless Ghana. Clearly, our road to being a world-class African nation may take a tad longer than we anticipated. Shalom, Atto Williams. Thank you, big brother. Have a beautiful day. I appreciate your passing through with your thoughts as well. 0244-844-488. 0244-844-488. Peace 104.3. A few messages here, and then I will go to Alote Jacobs. And this one says, I'm appealing to the special prosecutor Kisi Ajabing to investigate the corruption saga that also happened at Cape Coast and Jabing. The evidence is clear. Kwendes Bedu Sifshi Asafo. Says his thoughts in as well. Muhammad Monkrenina Ban Damase. Aren't we a very special breed of people on earth? Kwame, check this. Osu Bempa arrested, Dampare is working. Shatawale arrested, fantastic Dampare. Medical arrested, champion Dampare. Reckless Mercedes-Benz driver, Dampare is too much. Francis Sosu invited by police. Which IGP is this? President Kufuor is using the IGP to harass NDC members. Kwame, what people are we? Hypocrisy and dishonesty in your own voice. Say Obama in Pokwasi. Well, I leave it there. You decide. And then Kwame Duncan has really spoken my mind this morning. Francis Sosu admits that he's the leader of the group. He must take the responsibility, whether he took direct part in the violence or not. Well, we're not discussing violence here, but we're discussing destruction to public property. Mad Lion Hafushidium, thank you very much for your thoughts. For me, it's a clear show of character, a character of unnecessary popularism to show what he thinks he has become. Watch his video again telling the police that, quote, I will not honor your invitation. Kwame Mresisa Chris Arthur sends that one in. Don Pino from Malam says the same people who are shouting Dampare, Dampare are the same people who will undermine this gentleman and make him fail. I only pity him and pray for him. Don Pino from Malam. Farouk in Tema says a lawmaker doing all to frustrate the law they make. Isn't that ironic? This tintin and lawless behavior would not build a nation. Kwame, this one is parliamentary impunity. Farouk in Tema says that one. 0244844488 and we're wrapping this up quickly and then we'll go to the last portion. The British are enlightened and funny at the same time, Kwame. After some years after the death of Oliver Cromwell, it was realized that he erred by executing the king who was his childhood friend. Cromwell's body and bones was exhumed, tried in court, found guilty, sentenced to death by hanging. Is it the second death? Chairman General, as for our parliament, what do you expect? Well, the speaker is from a different party other than the ruling party. Maybe that is why. Denchi Boateng in Asofang. Is Sosu being arrested or is it just an invitation to answer questions? Hiding under parliamentary immunity to resist police invite is unpatriotic. Kwesi Reynolds, Aguna or Dobing. And then who would abide by law if our lawmakers are behaving this way? Safu Kantanka, Okanshi. Interestingly, Safu Kantanka from Jabin is also facing the law. And this is from Okanshi. I hope he's not a relative. My question is, if a member of parliament is on his way to parliament and has a car crash on the way, should the police report to the speaker of parliament before they take him to the hospital? Frank Mills. Well, that's quite ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, maybe Dr. Mahamadou Baumia has to introduce a digital way of arresting parliamentarians. Master Planner Jr. Kentampo. So what do you think would happen to a member of parliament who defiles a minor? K. Inchi in Kumasi. Well, the law would deal with him. By that time, you are going to invite, going to get an invitation from the speaker. The police invites a parliamentarian and he refuses. Parliament invites the police to their privileges committee. Should they appear? I leave that to them. Chairman General, money in our politics is very sad. It's time good measurements. Okay, Ankuma Foster, you sent this, I read already. So thank you very much for your thoughts. And then let the rule of law, let the law rule by itself. Alberta Achim Kukuren to me. And Anope Ubiaba Beye Adoye Yebedana Ase Papa Naya Twaso. And this one from Francis on the Spintex Road. Francis says, Chairman General, Francis, my namesake, Francis Sosu is a coward, period. Okay, Francis and his namesake. It's ironic how ordinary citizens become tin gods as soon as they enter parliament. Love for the people indeed. Joe B sends that one. And then, okay, Sena Mekan Ubibeye Adoye Anope Eranobe Adoye, and her name is Nelly Yeboah. Nelly Yeboah. Nelly, Miss Metropolitan Ghana 2020. And Anope, Nelly donated 9,500 pieces of breathable and feather light nose masks and 100 liters of disinfection tablets to Kokrokoo charities. Nelly, we so love you. Thank you very much. Nelly Yeboah. Nelly Yeboah. Nelly Yeboah, Miss Metropolitan Ghana 2020, donating 9,500 pieces of breathable and feather-light nose masks and 100 liters of disinfection tabs to Kokrokoo charities in our work. Nelly, we love you. Thank you very much. And you've embarked on the prevention protocol education, and specifically you're targeting the wearing of masks to stop the spread of COVID-19. So Nelly Yeboah, we say a very big thank you to you. And to those who produced and provided the nose masks, BF Suma Ghana Limited. BF Suma Ghana Limited, celebrating 13 years in Africa and 5 years in Ghana. So thank you very much, BF Suma, for supporting Nelly Yeboah, Miss Metropolitan Ghana 2020, providing 9,500 nose masks, breathable and feather-light, as well as 100 liters of disinfection tabs to Kokrokoo charities. And BF Suma says to let you know they have a variety of products ranging from cardiovascular health products, anti-aging, immune boosters, we like that one too, bone and joint care, especially for us who are slowly growing old. We need that. And if you want to know more about BF Suma, they are Pyramid House, 2nd floor on the Ring Road. The general public is invited to the anniversary celebration November 6th at 12 p.m. Until you may call their marketing executive, Edward, I'm going to put your number out. Sorry, people start bugging you, but that's the magic of Kokrokoo. 0244-689454. Call Edward on 0244-689454. Alternatively, 054-923-4234. 054-923-4234. BF Suma, brighter life, better future. And what I like about BF Suma, they says we have a variety of products ranging from cardiovascular health products, anti-aging, immune boosters, we need it around this time, and bone and joint care for us. Edward, Mpacho, Bomadiana Sambes Ramo Hati, anti-aging, but cardiovascular and immune boosters and our bone and joint care, dear. BF Suma from Pachomo Sambes. But Nelly Yeboah, thank you very much, Nelly. Have a beautiful day and keep doing you. And then also quick one from Dauphin Finance. Dauphin Finance says, tighten up the ship and batten down the hatches. Take a good hard look at your business. I'm sure you'll find many aspects where you could spend less and conserve more. Speak to Dauphin Finance today. I tell you all the time, when it comes to your personal finances or your business finances, speak to Dauphin Finance. They would offer you attractive and realistic rates for fixed and term deposits, call accounts, planned investments, accounts for projects. For those of us who retire, education needs and retirement needs as well. Dauphin Finance is on 055-822-9858. 055-822-9858. Alternatively, 0303-973-614. 0303-973-614. If you're looking for Dauphin Finance, they are adjacent the Tesano Baptist Church, right on the Swamp Circle Road. And you could be richer than you think, though. Dauphin Finance is the preferred finance house. Alote?
Yeah, Kwame.
Okay, the time's exactly 10:30. I can give you about 7 minutes to Baumianize yourself. Me too. That's what you wanted.
Yes,
Me too.
yes. Yesterday was wonderful. But so Obama Pokwasi, I wish him the best. On a Kufin Cancer, producer of Kingdom FM. When you are waiting one bed in the Yaminshira on number one woman, then Yaminshira Babumiazu, and it was so unique, extraordinary. So beautiful. Debbie, I am a politician. Obi or image as a leader. I don't know, I said there's a magic in that man. And the Danny presentation in your chair there. For a long time, this country, you won't adipot or then you do ye be ya ye bomo or man now kokan in as politicians. Kwame Nkrumah came with that vision. Kwame Nkrumah, if you are nine, but we are seeing the re-emergence of Kwame Nkrumah again in another form.
In what way?
The presentation here, Brent say I mean, minimum there 2025 obey president. Watch there, sir. Nana Akufo-Addo the baton no mana. Emiko botu no nya sam papa.
Nanche Kufado normal baton or MPP for no to Aba.
Oh, go one on Nenya Chesi. Go one on Nenya Chesi.
Damn.
Ata Eyimada Nyamia you.
I can't understand. Go home.
No. I put on yet. Neka say. Onu nana no mizizana working with him. Kwame. Yesterday presentation was like a special or something unique that is being created that will move this country forward. Ne esha ebegeda as in a half machine, half human. I'm telling you,
half machine.
Mister, it's a special vehicle to move this country forward. Obi bizame there. Na mirwa what na Kokrokoo gum one digitalization what asa that is left with the MPP party, that they will go down and communicate and translate what Dr. Bawumia has said. Look, we have come to our final journey. Yebutu mune saying ye patabwa. Mokeni Yesoma will not be talking about corruption. Yesterday it was made clear. There, Sir Mefigway, Namu Babe check up. Wa Kolibu, and there, wa refer to Kolibua, Malangasa Mufoda or Eden or the Hall. Me pede meji license mutumu tremi fi me ya blah 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 blah. O yo wobaka chem de beji license or the ho. Yeah, eliminating corruption both by politicians and by the civil society and government agencies and those running those agencies. Ndi da mutum wodi na mo hwabrente na ehun eloquent speech or the flow na ehun in the next 8 years in Bawumia means business nti egu hu fi kwa pa oyeye asema organo so trodo efibi anyu ye bibiara ye biade government machinery na ye kanagasa osuwona ye hunate bi na nenyifan no we create a purpose vehicle which we call digitalization. All they yet as simple as ABCD. Now he went as far even the secondary schools. Obomo on laptops. One course is away in Obolo Dashim. And that is the beginning. Ebama in mentioning him baba wa bashasi we. There we are in a computer age. In this computer age, as all from winning obo boyen dama. And say, Mananum na major anuma wo fie. Wo back to school over to my child there ma. The medru ya bede to yi. Ebo ha papa. Edri wo baka child there. The main pharmacy shops dodo na wo the medru. Ne bo da mu na ote. Ha na wo yen. Nti meye fe yi moyi yi na ye pede ye fa. Nti mo nu nko na akatum na was abro. Ai. The main purpose vehicle in America there for a very long time. Politicians are want to mean the sense of direction that will improve the lot of the people of this country. Yesterday we had it. That is the purpose vehicle, specially made part human, part man. O said there. Digitalization ya machines so online or the abazo impact not nechi. You say yinya ya the sincerity. Ya di shechi de yerboa mowaye ya Ghana obeye ya mehinya kwa mewi.
Digital alote.
Papa. Sisi amukosi am telephone po ring am yin bodu.
In the meantime, all the way from Glasgow, Scotland, in the UK, Henry Kwabena Kokrokoo, Chief Executive of EPA, says, please send warm regards to my dear daughter, Henrina Sewa Kokrokoo, aka Darling. Happy birthday to you, Henrina Sewa Kokrokoo, aka Darling. From your dear dad, Henry Kwabena Kokrokoo, Chief Executive, Environmental Protection Authority, I believe. He is in the UK now and sends his love. Kabila, let's digitize Bawumia and go.
Yeah. I answer na me pese me bo nsem bi eyitew say nkomo ayedi kan di ye no sisi ayi no ya to nsa frɛ police for chese o ma to nsa frɛ mrahye badwani no na onye na adwene sɛ obɛkɔ na wakɔ hunta mrahye badwafie achi na mrahye badwafie eye ti training so ɛde nsem bi atu dwa o ya ma na koye sɛ kwan a chese kwan ni hon mo sɛ aposifo ɛbɛto nsa frɛ mrahye badwani no ana sɛ mrahye badwafie ba no mesrɛ minyi ni sɛ saa anamontuo no ene de papa na ka no ene ya mamra no esi ginaye.
You are not the Supreme Court.
I'm not. No, but I'm disagreeing with him. I have a right to disagree.
Yes.
And until
me which means that
minister.
For you, yours is superior.
No, I have not. But let me finish.
Let the Supreme Court
let me finish.
Anyway.
Let me finish. Enti anamontu aposi ayi ayese ombetu anamon akọ atemuakuo batan akọji ntremu no eno ya ade a mehye nkran so wo mkoye sa de no na ensettle sa semi sebe boama sebi said Supreme Court Constitutional Review Commission observe ye no obi enkohye se me yemra hye badwani nti obetieti amra so na wafa ne ho akakudi sa yen omanfo ayaka yeni mrahye badwafie no etoto ana buo a esese ye de ma emra no etoto na se nti mesre se mrahye badwafie so nhwe ye se sebi enya so bofo nko na gu ho ebi abapen ni ankasa meni manya sa suahunu no bida se utu anamo afa mrahye badwani bi ho efa atentrene ne ho ene mra edi ye adwuma ho a na se ye kwakobo ye nua no ho ban se oye mrahye badwani nti menyi ni sa na ye kanimo mi nkabi
Kwamameda say moving on up there's a very interesting scenario here. Say Chairman General, some Ghanaians are just indisciplined. There was a major sensitization program by the Greater Accra Regional Minister HQ, that's Henry Quarter, on the ban placed on Aboboya on the Accra-Tema motorway. It started on the 1st of November. Today is the 3rd. It has had to take a combined task force from all MMDCs around the motorway to confiscate over 20 of the Aboboyas on the Accra-Tema motorway. Abba! Ian Kojo Tabi in Tema. Well, that is the kind of people we are.
Now, Chairman General.
Yeah.
Dear Enra Mitie, Mampani Abedia.
And Pachameba, Obi say there's something called capiophobia. Capiophobia. Capiophobia from the Latin word capio, meaning arrest, and Greek phobos, meaning fear. It's the fear of getting arrested, even for no apparent reason. Capiophobia. Wahab Isuman, Jubilee House. Thank you for your capiophobia this morning. Yes, Kwamamiti.
Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
With I mean, my uncle Uti, yen disagree kakrebi. Mijidi ye pa se oka se ayi Ghana ye sha se anase ba ye mampani Kwame Nkrumah atwa mu ye nya pani bia waso daye pen anase wada esubia di kwan a oman yi nkoso a you are not being fair to our other leaders. If you say ubia so ne sadie nisu esitie ubia so ne daye son ene se di usi kana semfa yenwu ye kra no at least ene ye kasa yetimi ka ebo se nyame adom free SHS eba ye no eboa ama yate Ghana for dodo a se bi na wo muntimi nko suku enru entoaso secondary school eso no da eso no bia ye kasa yetimi ka be ka free maternal care ye kasa ye be ka national health insurance mampani binom enso aba abɛtoa